big avoidance move here from Piastri.
That's not a penalty, then I don't know what is. Copy. We saw that.
It doesn't look good for them on the evidence of previous penalties that have been dished out.
Daniel Ricciardo gets himself into the top 10. Very solid performance from both V-carbs up there. Hamilton now into 10th, but massive lap from Norris.
So, good lap from the V-carbs, from Tsunoda, from Ricciardo. Hamilton's got there as well. Hulkenberg's lap gets him up into the drop zone. So Joe is in the pits. He's done. Gasly now back into the bottom 5. Russell moves up to 4th. We go on board now with the Williams trying to find a way, trying to fight a way into the next section. Sargent was quick, but that was Albon across the line. You got Sargent across the line. Albon in the drop zone, misses out by 43 thousandths of a second. Sargent is out-qualified once again, and we wait to see. Gasly's not on a push lap either. Bottas has come back to the pits. Stroll improves up to 12th, and here comes Fernando Alonso, who was looking for an improvement, finds an improvement up to 2nd place. And that will do it for the first part of sprint qualifying with a McLaren 1-2, Norris, then Piastri, who beats the driver that we focus on across the line, Fernando Alonso.
I'm such a dumb.
Albon's lap time's got to be deleted for track limits. It was for turn 15. And that means that Williams find themselves on the back row for the sprint.
Ocon gonna need everything he's got in this final sector. I'm not sure it's gonna be enough. Look how close it is.
So Ocon really giving it everything now. The Alpine car finally at the weight, not overweight. The team stressing that, but that's not the lap time that he needs. And we're looking for improvements then for anyone in the drop zone. Can Russell find the lap time? Because those in the drop zone at the moment are struggling to find any sort of performance when it matters. So that's why Hamilton is struggling. He's made contact with the barriers around the racetrack. Hamilton can't find his way into the final part of sprint qualifying. What about his teammate, George Russell? Trying to improve to inside the top 10. And that is going to be key. We're waiting for the silver Mercedes. There he is in the background. Russell can't get there. Both Mercedes out in the 2nd part of sprint qualifying.
I got nothing, man. Yeah, copy Lewis. Yes, yeah, we've been bumped.
It was fine margins, but no one was able to improve at the end. Russell, Hamilton, both Mercedes out, along with Ocon, Magnussen and Tsunoda. Max Verstappen, full attack, looking to take his first sprint pole of the year.
It is so impressive what Max is able to do in SQ3, Q3, whatever it is. That last little bit of performance he's able to extract from himself, from the car, when it's really all on the line, is what's so important. We've seen it out of Hamilton in the past, compared to teammates like Valtteri, like Nico back in the day. He always just had that little bit more, and Max is the exact same. You see purple in Sector 1 there. He's going to want to carry on his Grand Prix pole streak with a sprint pole here, I think.
Wants to interrupt his good friend Lando Norris, who's been the driver to beat in this format of Formula One qualifying. We're setting the grid for the sprint race, and Verstappen's first sector, 0.2 of a second better than Perez. Bit of a swap there, bit of a fighting. The Red Bull as he rotates the car through the 16th corner. He hasn't got much of the lap left to do as he beats Perez's middle sector as well, and Perez has gone across the line. He's gone ahead of Hulkenberg. It's a 1:27.876. Verstappen on course to beat that. And we'll see what Norris can do as he makes his way round the lap as well. But Verstappen setting the benchmark. Sector 1, Sector 2. There are others behind that will respond. The checkered flag will wave in a few seconds' time. And Verstappen moves 0.2 of a second clear of Sergio Perez. On board with Lando Norris. And he's 0.7 of a second back from Max Verstappen as Daniel Ricciardo goes up to 3rd ahead of Hulkenberg. Ricciardo back on the front foot, and he will be happy with that lap time. He's 0.4 of a second away from Verstappen, but that is decent. Middle sector for Charles Leclerc, not too far away from Verstappen, the man who barely took part in practice earlier on today. is within a couple of tenths of a second of Verstappen's time. Norris across the line on the soft tyres. British driver only 6th behind the Aston Martins, behind his old teammate and behind the 2 Red Bulls. What can Charles Leclerc do across the line? He'll take 2nd place, and he's missed out by a tenth of a second. His teammate is going to follow him across the line. Here is Carlos Sainz. Sainz cuts the beam. He's behind Daniel Ricciardo, who really did find a brilliant lap when he needed it. Oscar Piastri trying to take the McLaren further up the order. What can he manage to do? It's good enough for 6th, but that will be that. And it's Max Verstappen who has taken sprint pole position. Smiles for Red Bull. And this is on board with Lando Norris, who finds himself down in 9th position, fighting the car, and the grip going away with the change of compounded tyre, and that was rotating the car through 11. This is a lock-up for Carlos Sainz at the final hairpin at turn 17.
Pop, 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 pop! P4! What a day!
Kick, hey, hey, hey!
Oh yeah, man, I'm boiling. Oh mate, I'm so pleased for you.
Yeah, wow. Awesome. Yeah, it's good.
Verstappen will be joined on the front row with Charles Leclerc, who's ahead of Perez, and Daniel Ricciardo beats Sainz, Piastri, Stroll, Alonso, Norris, whose pace melted away, and Hülkenberg, who will line up 10th.